In this video, we're going to go over 9.3 Check and Reflect on page 340. Question number 1. How are First Nations descriptions of the creation of the solar system reflective of the traditional environment in which these different groups lived? The concept of a solar system is uniquely a scientific concept. The indigenous concept of Father Sky deals holistically with the heavens. So thus the question is really about Father Sky or Mother Earth. Question number 2, explain the difference between a planet and a star. A star is a body of gases that undergoes nuclear reactions and radiates energy. A planet is a body that orbits a star or stars and is capable of forming into a sphere under its own gravity. Question number 3, why do scientists use AU and LY for measuring distances? Scientists use AU and LY to measure distances because the distances in space are so great that using kilometers is impractical. 1 AU, or astronomical unit, equals the average distance between Earth and the Sun. This value is used to measure distances within our solar system. The unit LY, or light year, equals the distance that light travels through space in 1 year. So 1 LY, or light year, equals 63,000 astronomical units. 1 astronomical unit equals 9 quadrillion kilometers. So that's 9,000 billion kilometers. The unit LY is used to measure distances beyond the solar system because those distances are so vast. Number 4, using the nebular theory, explain why rocky planets would be closer to the sun than the larger gas giants. According to the nebular theory, the gas and dust that helped to form the sun was spun away from it along with other debris, creating a thin disk around the star. Within this disk, small celestial bodies began to form, which became planets, moons, asteroids, and comets. Because gas was spun out farther and the heavy particles of dust lay closer to the sun, the smaller rocky planets were formed closer to the sun and gas giants formed farther away. So it's just another version of the creation story. Question 5. Which planets are the inner rocky planets and which are the gas giants? List them in order, starting with the planet closest to the sun. So the rocky planets would be Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. The gas giants are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Number 6. Compare and contrast the two scientific theories on the formation of the solar system. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of variation on your answers for this one, but I guess if you're comparing those two theories, the similarities would be that both theories state that the planets were formed by leftovers from the sun. The position of the sun to the formation of the planets affected how they were formed. So the difference is in Boss's theory, it states that there may have been a second star that affected the formation of Uranus and Neptune, and that the sizes of Saturn and Jupiter can be explained by the two planets' positions between the stars. So interesting. Number 7. What is an asteroid and why are scientists interested in studying them? An asteroid is a metallic, rocky, astronomical body without an atmosphere that orbits the sun, but is too small to be a planet. Scientists study asteroids because they may include clues about the origin of the solar system and the universe, because there's a possibility, and also because there's a possibility of impact with Earth. Explain why the presence of an asteroid belt around other stars besides the sun might provide evidence that other Earth-like planets exist. Some believe that if they could find it, it would lead to support of the idea of planet formation, supported by the nebular theory or Alan Boss. And if there's a presence of metallic rocky objects like asteroids, it gives the possibility that larger bodies have or may have formed similar to what Earth is. Question number 9. In 2008, Canadian astronomers were the first to capture an image of 3 planets orbiting a star far from the solar system. Make a sketch to illustrate the accepted theory of how star and planet systems such as this formed. Okay, so your sketches will vary. They should show elliptical orbits of planets around the central star. Your diagrams would look similar to those on figure 9.31 on page 330. But ultimately, with this, it just comes to the point where it's just simply creation. It was created by God. Question number 10. What is the difference between a dwarf planet and a protoplanet? A dwarf planet is a smaller version of a planet. A protoplanet is a smaller version of a dwarf planet. They are not planets because they have unusual orbits or are in a zone that contains many other objects. Number 11. What affects the brightness of a comet? The brightness of a comet is affected by how close it is to the sun and how close the comet is to Earth. So if you remember in your readings, I do believe it talked about the 1982 appearance of Halley's Comet. I can remember that because I was alive at that time, still quite young. But to tell you the truth, I'm not sure if I even saw it. When I had the opportunity to look at it, I thought I could see it, but it didn't seem to be as bright as I thought it was. It was much dimmer than it showed up 75 years previously. But at that time, I believe it was 3 times closer to Earth, so it did show up much, much brighter. Question number 12. What is the Oort cloud and where is it? Why might scientists be interested in studying it? The Oort cloud is a region about 50,000 astronomical units from the sun that contains fragments of ice and dust. Astronomers believe that the Oort cloud is the source of comets. And question 13, what is the difference in between a meteor and a meteorite? A meteor is a meteoroid that enters Earth's atmosphere. If the meteor is not burnt up in Earth's atmosphere and reaches Earth, then it is known as a meteorite.